This is you. You're staring out into the distance, wondering, when will the next good thing happen to you? Because nothing good ever happens to you. It happens to everyone else but you, because you don't have any good luck. You're sitting there anxious, overthinking, being jittery, and feeling like you have to control everything for it to work out. Maybe you have an issue with trust. Maybe something bad has happened to you, and now you believe that nothing good will ever happen again. So, is there a way to rebuild that trust? So today we're going to cover what causes a break in trust, 3 proven ways to rebuild trust, and why even bother? So what are some things that can cause a break in trust? So some things that impede trust are trauma with a big T, so any big significant trauma, continuous small trauma, big professional or creative failure, romantic rejection, social rejection, sexual abuse or violation, and war and instability. The best, most magical way to rebuild trust is to disconnect what happened to you from your identity. This really is an incredibly powerful shift that can help you shave off years of emotional turmoil and only takes a few minutes. And this is how you do it. For example, if I ask you, what does the fact that he broke up with you mean about you? Now you might go off and start saying, it means that I'm fat, that I'm unattractive, that there's someone better than me, that I'm not worthy enough, etc., etc. And I could just let you rant on. Level 2, we could take some thought work, analyze all your thoughts, try to change them. But what if I told you there's a way to never have any of these thoughts again? So try this on for a second. What if I ask you, what does him leaving you mean about you? And what if you say, it means nothing? It means nothing about me. How does that land? And you can replace him leaving me for me not being able to lose 50 pounds. Does that mean you're lazy, undisciplined, that you don't have a will? Or does it mean nothing about you? When we remove the emotional charge about the failures and the traumas, it's a lot easier to approach them with a level head and an enthusiasm to make a change. 2, setting yourself up for small successes. When big failure happens to us, we become very sensitive to failure. But because of the way our brain and nervous system works, we start setting ourselves up for more failure to prove our belief. So what you can do and what you should do to start rewiring that conviction that you're not good enough or you're always going to fail is to set yourself up for small successes. And this is going to be uncomfortable, especially if you're a perfectionist overachiever and you're going to feel like a 20-minute workout is just a waste of time. You still have to follow through and set tiny little goals for yourself that you're going to crush. So if that's taking a 5-minute walk, then that's it. If it's posting 1 video a day, then that's it. And this lesson is still really difficult for me to integrate because I think, oh, nothing is better than something, which makes no sense. But modern research by BJ Fox, who published the book Tiny Habits, he's been researching this at Stanford University, and he has proven that when you set tiny little goals and then you celebrate really strongly after you succeeded them, you're going to rewire your brain and take a lot more action in the area you want to take. Don't feel like you're silly or in the wrong for not trusting. I feel like a lot of these blanket statements by spiritual teachers, trust, surrender, makes you feel like when you're not trusting or surrendering, there's something wrong with you. But in our natural state, we would love to trust, surrender, and let go. But there's a reason there's barriers and walls. It's because some traumatic or difficult thing has happened, and your body, being the good friend it is, your body or mind is creating these shields to protect your core from getting wounded again. So the way to move past that is first to go back and really feel all those feelings, feel the emotion, because a lot of things really don't hurt us deeply if we allow the pain to really ravage us and completely take over. But when we stop ourselves just short of processing it, that's when it becomes a very difficult thing to move past. So first is feeling your emotion around it, and two is thanking yourself for putting up these walls and these boundaries. Because as soon as you start to berate yourself and be like, why can't I surrender? Look at all these other girls, they're surrendering so good. That's gonna help you zero, not at all. So the goal for you is to realize and appreciate the system that protected you and tell it, but now you're ready to take reign and build trust. And when we talk about surrender or trust, we also need to talk about discernment, because you obviously can't trust everyone and not every person is gonna have your best interest at heart. So when teachers talk about this unconditional surrender, I feel like there needs to be some kind of asterisk that teaches you how to create discernment and to know when you can actually trust 100%. And point number 3, as I said, we humans learn by modeling. So the easiest, fastest, quickest way to get to where you want to be and trust again is to find somebody who inspires you and who models the qualities that you want. So find yourself someone to whom good things keep on happening over and over again, and they're very successful and they're very calm and they're very in their zen, and learn from them. Because sometimes it's really not about hustling and suffering and banging your head on the wall 100 times. It's just finding someone who already embodies the frequency that you're looking for, and then just getting close to them, just asking them out for a coffee, maybe signing up for their program if they have one, if it's just a friend or a neighbor, inviting them over for dinner, and just surrounding yourself with the frequency that you want to have. So in conclusion, the important thing to remember is that trust can be broken, but trust can also be rebuilt. And just like anything, building the Taj Mahal takes a lot longer than coming in and tearing it down. But the person you're going to become through that journey of rebuilding trust will be invaluable.